What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this Power Book 2 Season 2 video is Will Dru Kill Everett? Now, we know that Dru has been in a relationship with Everett, and it seemed that he's had a great time climbing Mount Everett whenever he's gotten the chance, but the last time they was together, Everett let something slip by telling Dru that he talked too damn much and told about their business. Now, before I break it down, if you new, please subscribe, bang that bell so you're notified of my videos when I go live or drop a new review or theory. Now let's get into it. Now, when Dru and Everett was having a little pillow talk, they was sitting there and Dru told him that he was scared about what was going on around campus and people getting killed and all the stuff, and that when he was interviewed by Professor McKnight, aka Jabari Reynolds, that Brian McKnight convinced him, as well as Professor Carey, to tell some of the information that he knew about what happened that night when he was with Dru and when he was with Zeke, and that guy pulled a gun on them and the GTG group kind of confronted them. And so that really kind of pissed Dru off, because he said, man, why would you say something like that? Why would you tell that? And so he said, well, I was scared. I didn't know this, that, and the other. And he said, don't you know what you could have done by putting my business out in these streets? And so he kind of batted his eyes a little bit and tried to, get Dru to not get so upset. But Dru knows that he can't be trusted. And then Dru said something that was real stupid, saying, okay, to show that I trust you, you can ask me anything you want to know. And that was crazy, because of course the first thing he wanted to know was more about his business, and he said, well, I can't tell you any of that. And so he said, well, how you gonna say you can tell me? And they pretty much, beat around the bush just so that they can get to kissing and smooching and kiss and make up somewhat. And he wanted to gain Everett's trust because he loved climbing Mount Everett and he was ready to get up on the top of that mountain again. But truth be told, he cannot trust Everett. If Everett gets pressed, he is gonna fold like a cheap suit, and it looks like Dru is gonna have to lay him out like school clothes, because he can't be trusted. He done ran his mouth once, and the chances of him doing it again are very high. He's not used to this type of a life, and he has a lot of secrets that he could keep about his life, but it doesn't seem he's able to keep secrets what's going on with Dru and what's going on with the business. And I think that Dru will try to protect Everett and as much as he can. But the problem is that now Monet knows that Dru is still seeing him. And when Tariq told her that, that may put pressure on their relationship. Also, I think Everett may have something going on with Zeke. I'm not 100% sure on that, but he was all smiles, and why would Zeke be knocking on his door? Now, either Zeke is completely clueless, or look how he came and answered that door with that little smile, and it had a little sugary grin. And I think that they both may be in the closet together, which, if that's the case, so be it. But he came with his hair dyed and a pink shirt, and it looked as if he was ready to just live his truth. And if that's the case, more power to him. But I think that they both have some type of common bond. And although Dru told him to open the door as if it was nothing to hide, and he tried to pretend as if he was on the video game, playing the video game, and it was no big deal, the truth is, I think that Everett has another secret that he's keeping, which is that maybe him and Zeke have messed around. Now, Zeke looked a little surprised that Everett was there, and he's like, what are you doing here? And he said, well, remember, we got to be friends from that night that we all like to forget. And so that was a quick way for Zeke to say, oh, okay, I get it. But what would they really have in common? Why would they be hanging out? He doesn't use drugs, smoke, or drink. What, they want to hang out to play each other in basketball or Madden football? I mean, it ain't that serious. They got online. They got Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus. You don't need to be up in my room to play me in no Madden. And then Zeke is going to say, well, you lie easy. But he has some nerve because he's living a lie, because he's not living his truth and coming out and letting people know he's gay. So he lies very easy also, except when it's something that doesn't have to do with him, which is why I didn't understand why he had a hard time saying he didn't know anything when he was getting pressured to talk about what he knew about the water boy, aka GTG. I call him the water boy because he came up all wet when he was in that swimming area when Kane sent him to take out Tariq. But Tariq ended up getting saved by 2-Bit. Nonetheless, I don't know why he got so nervous and shook up when he lies to everybody every single day very easily. He's not living his truth. Now, I'm not saying that that's an easy thing to do, but he made it seem as if it was easy for Dru to lie, whereas Dru actually is more truthful in his life than Everett is. So I think that in the end, Dru will have to kill Everett, and it'll be because Monet or his father will find out that he has spoken about the business and put them at jeopardy, and they aren't going to be able to trust him, and they're going to want Dru to take him out. And I think that's going to really hurt Dru, because he's not going to want to take Everett out. At the end, he knows that Everett is somebody that he cares about. He's had a great time sitting on top of the peak of Mount Everett, and I think that they really enjoyed each other's company. And I think that Dru knows that Everett is just trying to play balls and he wants to move on with his life. And I think that he got mixed up with the wrong person in Dru, and Dru knows it. Dru wants to get away from Monet and the family business. Now that Pops is back, Poppy's home, maybe he can go to school. Maybe he can get away from the business. Although Poppy kind of wants Dru to run the business, and Monet, she didn't want him to do it, but she wanted him to be a soldier. Now that Poppy's home, maybe Poppy can go and run his own business, and Dru better take that chance as fast as he can and get the hell out of town and go ahead and run his own life. The big thing that'll be the kicker is when they find out that Zeke is their brother, because Monet wants them to be Zeke's managers and travel with Zeke and live with Zeke, and Zeke will be the new hustle. And I don't think he wants to be on the road following Zeke around, being a part of Zeke's entourage or working for Zeke or whatever the case. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that Everett has become a liability and needs to be taken out the game just to protect their business? Or do you think that Everett is safe and that Everett will not be in danger? I think it's a 70% chance that Everett is in danger and will not make it past this season. I'll be interested to know what you guys think. Let me know your percentage that you think Everett is in danger, and do you think it'll be Dru or Monet or anybody else that may take him out? The only person that I can see taking him out is Dru. I don't see anyone else taking him out or wanting to take him down unless he gets mixed up in the wrong place at the wrong time, which I could possibly see happening. In the end, I want to thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, bang that bell, check out the podcast, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like, subscribe, bang that bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.